are struggling for 7 main reasons, which we've talked about in the past, most relating to understanding and meeting the needs of today's Generation Z. In this webinar, we will discuss the dynamics of a customer and how they should be treated. Just a quick review, we'll talk about the 7 pillars of increased participation, promoting and selling, raising awareness, offering a relevant product, delivering consistently, understanding what the customer wants, communicating value, and targeting the needs of the customers. Customer service encompasses most of these 7 pillars of increased participation because remember, no matter how good you market, no matter how good your products, marketing only gets them to the door. Customer service will keep them coming back time after time after time. So let's talk a little bit more. Most school food operations are still trying to meet the needs of a new generation of diners with an institutional approach to customer service. With a good understanding of your customers and a new perspective on how they should be treated, you can increase program growth and stability. So first of all, let's talk about what is customer service. It's a provision of services to customers before, during, and after a purchase. And remember, this to me is the most important part of customer service, that before, during, and after. Most schools that I've been in are very good at during the purchase, but the before and after were a little bit weak. Remember, whenever you purchase something, when you walk away from it, you like to feel that you've made the best possible decision, you've bought the best possible product that you could afford, and that you're happy with it afterwards, and that you have people who are going to support you even after you've made that purchase. So remember, the key thing is before, during, and after the sale, we want to be providing service. Series of activities designed to enhance the level of customer satisfaction. Again, series of activities that tie into that before, during, and after the purchase. Set of strategies to ensure that a product or service has met the expectations of the customer. Again, falls right in. So if we read all of those together, provision of services to customers before, during, and after a purchase, series of activities designed to enhance the level of customer satisfaction, set of strategies to ensure that a product or service has met the expectations of the customers. You got to get to know the customers, you got to know what they want, and you got to know how to keep working with them even after the sale. What is a customer? Customer is a person or organization that buys goods or services from a store or business. It's a person or thing of a specific kind that one has to deal with. Example would be students can be the pickiest of all types of customers and very hard to please if you don't understand them. So in saying that, and we know what a customer is, let's look at who are our customers. Preschool and elementary school students. Easy group, want to be nurtured, want to be educated. Their needs are helping them to open things, do some extra things, tell them, good choices to make. They want to be worked with. Junior high school students, gets a little more difficult here. I call them my man child or my woman child example, in that they still have one foot in elementary school and need to be nurtured, educated, and worked with, but they also have established some sophisticated choices and think that they're adults and want to be treated as such. So it becomes a little cloudy on what the best way to handle them is, but the best way is to nurture them and treat them as adults or how you would want to be treated. High school students, already out of high school. They already got their head in college or into the real world, and they're adults and they have pretty sophisticated choices. They watch television, they eat out, they know the trends, and they expect to be treated a certain way and served a certain way. Charter school students, if you're lucky enough to have a contract that you provide food for another school, you need to get to know what they want and identify with those groups also, so that you can work with them before, during, and after they purchase from you. Educators, staff, and administrators, some of the most difficult. They want to be treated preferentially. They like larger portions. They like to be talked to in a special way. They like to be educated as to what's going on. So they can be very difficult. Sometimes they don't buy your food. They may buy your services, which is the information that you provide to them and how you can interact with them. Your school board, again, a customer. They depend on you for information and making them feel that they have made the right decisions in you providing the services for their constituents. School athletic groups, clubs, faculty groups, if you have opportunities to create extra income as far as catering, remember, those are the people and their needs are what need to be met, and any food that's served in your school should come from your cafeteria, or you should have an opportunity to provide that service. If you're meeting the needs of those customers and they like what you are doing and you're serving them well at other times, you should have no problem picking that up. And last but not least, parents are some of your most important customers. They control the money. They have the belief of whether or not you're feeding their children healthy meals and you're taking good care of them. They need that information and they need that service, and they need to feel good both before, during, and after the process of selling a lunch to their child, that they made the right decision in entrusting you with their children. One of the best shapers of perception is customer service. If you can touch it, see it, taste it, smell it, or hear it, that is what sets your perception, or your ability to see, hear, or become aware of something through the senses. Great customer service shapes perception. Do you know, and these are some of the most important ways in interacting with customers, do you know your customers' names? You see them every day. You have an advantage working in a school, and you have known these kids from the time they've started until they graduate. But it's important that you know their name, their interests. You probably know their family if you live in the same town and you're able to interact with them as, how's your family, how is this? You've probably served several generations. Do you know what your customer likes? Very important. How your customer expects to be treated, whether they're elementary, junior high school, faculty, staff, board member, how they expect and what they expect from you. Where your customer prefers to sit, who they prefer to sit with, who their friends are. Your customer's favorite food, so that you can be recommending to them, hey, I know you want to come in tomorrow. We're having your favorite food. We're having this. You should be here. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Making them feel welcome. Successful service staff members know all of these and more. Good example of this, when I was coming up through college, I knew a gentleman who owned the corner room in State College, Pennsylvania. His name was Matty Mateer. Their food service building is now named after Matty because of his excellent customer service and his long time in taking care of people in the industry. If you wanted to work for Matty, you could work for him. You could bus tables, you could wash dishes, you could do whatever. If you wanted to be anywhere near his customers, in the waiter and waitress area, there were pictures on the wall of his most regular customers, and this number of pictures kept getting larger and larger. but you had to know at least 75% of the people on that wall and know something about them, where they like to sit, what their favorite food was, what their name was, if they had children, who their children were, what their names were, if they played sports. You had to know various information about all of these people before he let you anywhere near his customers. But people kept coming back and coming back because they felt welcome, they felt cared for, they identified with the people there, and they felt good both before, during, and after that sale that they had made the right decision to eat at the corner room. These are things that really need to be considered. As Dale Carnegie said, no sound is sweeter to a person's ears than the sound of his or her own name. Identifying with them and making them feel welcome. You need to be an excellent host. Go above and beyond. Now think about this. If you invited these people to your home, would you say to them, sit over there and I'll call you when the food's ready and you can line up and go through? You would have something prepared for them. You would give them something to do. You would identify with them. You would talk with them. You would treat them more like a guest and not an inmate. Think about that. Take an interest in your students. Know what they like. Know the sports that they play. Know how they did. Create a quick conversation with them. Make sure that they feel that you are welcoming them and that you want them to be there. Make them feel welcome. Get in line. You have to take a fruit with that. These, aren't welcoming words. And think about that. Too often we get caught up in what we're doing and we forget that we need to have customers and we need to make these people welcome. They don't have to come there. They don't have to eat with us unless they want to. Make them excited to visit the cafeteria. Let them know that there's always new and exciting things going on, and let them know what you're doing. Make them a part of it. Be excited to see them, not, oh, my gosh, the bell's going to ring here in a few minutes, and then it's just going to be crazy, and I can't wait for it to ring again. That's not going to bring people in your door. Suggest new products that they would like. Tell them about new things. Think about when people sell things to you. What makes you want to buy? What makes you want to deal with certain people? More than likely, you want to deal with the people who you feel care about you, have your best interests at heart, give you the best value for your dollar, and always have something going on, and they're exciting and they identify with you. Think about that. Make breakfast and lunch fun and exciting. Make the cafeteria the place to be. When you look at why you like certain places, it's usually the number one reasons are you know people you're identified with and they care about you. Best value, a lot of my favorite places, are there better foods? Yeah. Is it, more cost friendly or cheaper to eat somewhere else? Yes. But why do I keep going back to that place? Because people identify. It's like the TV show Cheers. Everybody knows your name. Well, people like to go where they're identified with. Let's take a quick look, and maybe some of you will identify with this because it's kind of cafeteria style, and I'm hoping that this is going to work on here. How not to provide excellent customer service.
Now we got to go to the soup place.
What soup place?
There's a soup stand. Kramer's been going there. He's always raving. I finally got a chance to go there the other day, and I tell you this, you will be stunned.
Stunned by soup?
You can't eat this soup standing up. You need one. Didn't get any bread. Just forget it. Let it go. Excuse me, I think you forgot my bread.
Bread, $2 extra.
$2. Everyone in front of me got free bread.
You want bread?
Yes.
$3. Nothing for you.
Good afternoon. One large crab bisque to go.
Bread. Beautiful. You're pushing your luck, little man.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey there. One mulligatawny and, what was that right there? Is that Limousin?
Yes.
Never been a big fan. Actually like Al Pacino. You know, Scent of a Woman. Hoo-ah. Hoo-ah.
Very good. Nothing for you. Go on. Leave. Get out.
But I didn't do anything.
Next.
You think you can get soup? Please, you're wasting everyone's time.
I can make my own food. 5 cups, top, half a cup of olive oil, 3 pounds celery.
This is my recipe for wild mushroom.
Yeah, that's right. Got 'em all. Cold cucumber, corn and crack chowder, mulligatawny.
Mulligatawny.
It's really no it's for you.
If you identify with any of that, you could be having problems. Remember, people don't have to eat in your cafeteria if they don't feel welcome and you don't treat them the way that they want to be treated. Let's take a look. Are you hitting or missing the mark? Ask yourselves the following questions. Do we know who our customers are? Do we know what our customers expect? And how do you know what your customers expect? Are you listening to your customers? Even when they're not talking to you, they're telling you what they expect. And are we looking for those signs? And are we listening for what our customers expect? It isn't just good food. It isn't just fast service. There's more to it that brings people in and makes them feel part of what we're doing. Do we provide what they expect? Do we act on what those expectations are? Do we treat them like guests or inmates? There's a difference between, if you want that to be a meal and it will save you money, you need to take a fruit and not, you have to take a fruit with that. Too many times we get caught up in what we're doing. Remember, if you've been to Disney, if you've been to MGM, there's someone that stands on the curb and that all day long says to you, please watch your step. Please watch your step. I know we get caught up and we say, well, we can't be saying the same thing all the time. Well, you know what? It's part of the job. It's part of the expectation. It's part of informing people, and it's part of customer service. And a large part of it is the way that you say it. Are we interested in their opinions? And you can say, yeah, we ask what they think and we look at that, but do you really listen to them? And do you really make them feel like their opinions are important and that they can identify with what is happening in your operation because they've helped to shape it? Are we giving our best? Too many times we give what's good enough, and we don't go and do that above and beyond. And we really need to go that above and beyond for all of our customers, because without our customers, we don't have jobs. Does our service stop after the sale? Many times the answer to this is yes. Also, do we provide service before the sale? Do we inform them? Do we educate them? Do we get them excited? Do we do little things for them without expectation of any type of return? And do we follow up after the sale and find out how things were and what we could do better? What are the results of great customer service? Program growth, improved customer perception, increased participation, self-sustainability, job security, acceptance and support from the community. I hope you've enjoyed this. If anyone has any questions, please feel free now to ask them, and we look forward.
Milt, are you there?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I accidentally muted you. I apologize.
All right. I'm done.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions? They can type their questions in the chat box below or raise your hand. Let me see. Do we have anybody? I don't see any questions. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining today. This is number 3 in our series. If you have any questions, Milt Miller's address, it's miltmiller@gmail.com. Please feel free to reach out. We look forward to seeing you at our next webinar. Thank you.